Greetings, fellow Sicilians, and welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War, where we're about to fight for the Florence against Captain Dragano, against our king, Roger. Let us fight the battle.
The troops are assembled. Prepare for battle.
So many great nobles, things, administrations, so many high chieftains, so many brave nations, proud princes, and power so splendid. In a moment, a twinkling, all utterly ended. Alright, the enemy army is sallying out, so we're going to pause for just a second here. And let's see what kind of armor we got. We've got one regiment, well, one group of mailed knights, one group of mounted sergeants, and we've got our king, who, the king's bodyguard is like the best of the best when it comes to like heavy cavalry. Four generals, I should say. Now, these are meant to guard the king, and as such, they are, you know, the best warriors we can have for our nation. Now the enemy force, they've got some peasant crossbowmen. Looks like two groups of them actually, with some Italian militia and Italian spear militia. So charging them head on is going to be a bad idea, and we're going to try to avoid it as much as we can. But the enemy may be charging us here in a way that we can't actually deal with. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to send these mounted sergeants up to kind of harass the enemy since they are light cavalry, while we move in our heavy cavalry into a better position to flank the enemy. Archers are taking some early shots. Ours. Our archers. As you can see, our archers getting a couple of casualties here. Not particularly skilled archers, but, you know, any type of missiles are going to help us, I think. We're going to set our peasants to skirmish in case the enemy does try to charge our position here. Alright, it does look like they're trying to screen our cavalry away, and that's fine. Our Italian spear militia do have the advantage over these Italian militia. But we're going to get a charge into the flank of these Italian militia with our mounted sergeants. Get a pretty good charge off there, as they drop like flies.
In our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory.
We're going to extract our mounted sergeants and get in our mailed knights instead. And we're going to have our cavalry around the sides, try to get a flank on these troops. Specifically, we want to take out these peasant crossbowmen with our light cavalry and send in our king to get a good flank on the actual spear militia. Oh, this is going to be a good charge, I think. Maybe not. They didn't drop their lances. Well, we now have them surrounded at least. We'll see if this is a good decision in time. Now the peasant crossbowmen are retreating. The enemy Italian spear militia are wavering. We're going to have our archers go harass these Italian militia. Our mounted sergeants are kind of harassing these units as they retreat. Alright, we are losing some men in our general's bodyguard, so we're going to pull them out of the fight. Now, unfortunately, our units are about to get charged from the rear. However, we are going to try to break that charge with our own mailed knights. Peasants are getting in some really good close shots on these Italian militia as well. But now we're going to get a really good lance charge, and we're going to kill their general in that charge.
We have praised the Almighty.
And all of our enemy has routed, so we are going to end the battle. And this is a pretty good wipe, I would say.
The day is ours. The enemy are beaten.
And we're going to occupy the settlement, so as to not lose any population and thus, you know, tech. I think this is a pretty good king, or sorry, a pretty good prince. He's got 4 command. He's got 6 loyalty, which is really good. His piety is only 3, but piety is really hard to come by for leaders. He doesn't have any chivalry yet, but he's also only 24. So we'll go ahead and hire him. And what city did he show up in? Did he show up in Naples? Did he show up in Florence? Alright, he showed up in Florence. So this is fine. We just need to work out a couple things. First of all, we're going to build some dirt roads. And then we're also going to spend some time trying to build up Florence to become kind of like a bigger city than it actually is. We have built our mustering hall here in Cagliari. And doing that, we're going to send the rest of our troops on a to go take Palermo, Corsica.
Yes, my lord. Dropping anchor until morning. Yes. Full sail.
Now over here we do see Corinth, which has a decent number of troops. I don't really know if that's going to be a good opportunity for us to attack. Though in the future we could potentially take this army from Durazzo here.
Plotting course now, my lord.
And
we shall continue tomorrow.
have them, get a new army, kind of join them up, and then send them off to take Corinth. Once our economy gets a little bit more off the ground than it currently is, I should say. We're going to build a farm in Cagliari just because farms are really, really important. Naples isn't building anything currently, and that's partially because I want to save money, but I think it's important for us. We should build a port to encourage trade and get some more income that way. We'll see if this results in us losing money or not, but the Milanese have sent a diplomat. They offer trade rights. We accept.
Both it would seem you are very reasonable.
Alright, we've been rewarded with 2 units of mounted sergeants at the capital. Alright. This is good, actually. We're going to send the fleet over to come pick them up.
Orders. Your orders? Yes, my lord. Dropping anchor? Yes.
Alright, we're lucky that the Milanese haven't taken over Ajaccio yet, here on Corsica. Now, what kind of army are we up against? We're up against 2 groups of peasant archers, some sergeant spearmen, and some peasants. Alright, not too big of a problem. And it's important in the early game that we go and attack all these rebel holdings, because when we start attacking Catholics, the Pope gets very upset with us.
I am neither friend nor foe, your majesty.
We do have a Venetian army here, which means they might be about to attack us. But we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just worrying about nothing. If that is the case, we do actually have an army poised here to go take Venice fairly easily, which would be a very good province for us to have, because Venice makes a lot of money. Prince Simon is betrothed. We'll accept the betrothal. It looks like the Venetian army is actually stuck. They landed here probably thinking that it was empty, not knowing any better, and then they decided to just, well, we can't move now, so... Cagliari has finished its land clearance. Let's see. We would like to get a garrison quarters to start training some sergeant spearmen. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's go ahead and build that, because that'll give us a nice staging point to attack into Tunisia. Alright, let's pick up some of these mounted sergeants.
Your orders?
I think our troops can get on right about here. Yeah.
Move out. Full sails. We shall continue tomorrow.
And Florence is doing well. We are building a town watch so that we can get some Italian militia, which are pretty capable troops for the price. And we're making about 1,000 florins per turn in profit right now, which is, better than what we were making before, which was like losing 1,000 every turn. And that's not including the 600 we just spent on another building. So, feeling pretty happy about that. We could actually get a fortress in Palermo if we had enough money, which we don't. So we're going to build some mines and try to improve our economy for the time being, because for the most part we're just not making enough money with the provinces that we have. Oh, the people of Ajaccio have just surrendered rather than trying to fight us. We have a benefactor for adoption. He has 2 chivalry and 3 command stars. Pretty good, I would say. I'll accept him. The Pope, because he likes us, has given us 500 florins. Thank you, Pope. We could build a castle here in Cagliari, and this would allow us to build more mailed knights and mounted sergeants. More importantly, it would let us build the next tier of buildings, which if you look here in the building manager, it would allow us to get armored sergeants, and at the archery ranges, it would allow us to get, I think, Muslim archers. Yeah. But we're going to build a normal archery range for the time being. Durazzo growing very slowly. We're actually going to lower the tax rate just because we're not making any money from this province anyway. And we would like this province to, thrive. And we would like it to get big enough that it could actually start sustaining itself and making us, more importantly, making us money. We're going to build a market in Naples to help make some more money. And we're just really focused on economy right now, I think would be the primary thing to say. I would like to get a mustering hall in Ajaccio. Again, build up a peasant to guard the place while we go and conquer somewhere else. And Alberto is noble in rule. He has 2 chivalry at the moment. This man favors good virtues. He simply hasn't mastered him. Oh, he has 2 command stars. A born follower. This man has no notion of what leadership is about. Well, that's not very nice. Our cardinal here is he's very good at converting. Let's see. Durazzo is actually only 10% Catholic. So I think I would actually like to send this priest across the sea once we get these mounted sergeants here into Durazzo.
Yes. Your orders? Full sails. This is as far as we go today, my...
We're still pretty weak, These things happen. Our economy still pretty not great. The Byzantines offer trade rights and map information, and they want 300 florins for it. Sure.
Excellent. Farewell, my lord.
Sure.
And
We accept. And now we know where all their holdings are. The Moors in Portugal have signed an alliance. And in Palermo, we have built mines, which is going to give us 100 more income per turn. Very nice. And in Florence, we're building some city walls. Right, so in Ajaccio, we need to build a mustering hall. And then here in Cagliari, we can't really afford to build any actual troops yet, so we're just going to hold off for it at the time being. I'm glad we took Florence when we did, because that's about another 1,000 florins per turn that we're getting out of it. Alright, the Pope wants us to build a chapel in this province. So we're going to do it, just to make the Pope happy. It's 800 florins to not incur the wrath of the Pope. I'm pretty okay with that. We're going to train some peasants and get some land clearance in Ajaccio. Get some farms. And Ajaccio's going to be mad for the turn, but once we get the peasants built, they should chill out pretty much.
God's sake. Lord, full sails. This is... My lord, they're engaging us.
Well, we've been attacked by the Venetian navy, and we've been defeated, unfortunately.
Now. Dropping anchor.
But if the Venetians want war, it's war they'll get. We get another benefactor, or another candidate for adoption. He's a 5-star leader and 2 chivalry with lots of loyalty and piety. This man is just great. Yeah, absolutely hire him. Now, the Venetians have decided to attack us, so we have no choice but to respond to their call, basically. Alright, Pope is happy with us because we built a chapel. He feels no ill will. His relation has gone down, with us has gone down just a little bit, and that's okay. King Roger's getting fairly old, so we're actually going to send this new general we got, the 4-star general, on the warpath to go attack Venice because, they want to attack us. We'll go fight them. We'll train some Italian militia to hold the line. I'm tempted to build a town guard here, but I think we're going to build a grain exchange instead. The town guard would allow us to train better troops, of course. And taking Venice would be huge for us, just because we would be able to get a lot more income out of this. Hopefully the Milanese don't attack us in the meantime, but we'll see what happens.
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
Unfortunately, the Venetians do have a lot of heavy spearmen, which could make a conflict with them difficult. Okay, the Pope wants us to recruit a priest in this province. We'll do that. Again, don't want to make the Pope mad. The Pope has trained some, or the Venetians have trained some Pavese crossbow militia, but
Yes, my lord.
we're going to besiege the
This is
province.
where we shall meet the
The settlement has 7 turns.
my lord.
We could hire some of our own crossbowmen and spearmen. But the main question for me is, do we have enough money to actually like afford it? And the answer appears to be yes. So we're going to go ahead and hire one of each. A good chunk of our treasury, I think, well spent.
Your orders, noble one.
Now, are there any other units we want to train here in Cagliari? I mean,
Your orders, noble one.
we probably want more like one more unit of archers, and then we'll probably want to get some more spearmen as well as time passes.
I will defeat you honorably, my
I do kind of want to leave this Venetian army alone for the most part.
Yes, my lord. Come, we will not surrender these waters
The
easily.
Venetian navy is unfortunately like a lot bigger than ours, so it's kind of a problem.
Orders?
Let's go blockade him,
Blockading trade to
since
the
this fleet's going to get sunken anyway. And we'll see what the Venetians do to try to stop us. And it looks like they are riding out to battle. So, with one army, they've got some Italian spear militia and some peasant archers. Should be a fairly easy wipe for our heavy cavalry. And the other army has their faction heir, some Italian spear militia, and some Pavese crossbowmen as well. So we're going to go ahead and fight them, but that's going to be next time. So thank you for joining me, my fellow Sicilians, and I'll see you on the next one.